Hello, hello everyone. We are back. Alrighty. I just finished grabbing my yarn and I don't even know if I don't like the colors I have for the bird that I was thinking of doing. Let's see here. I mean, yeah, I don't really like these colors that I have. I don't think they quite fit. Man, now I'm sad. I was thinking of doing a blue jay because they have some really, really cool different patterns on them. And it would have been a little bit of a challenge. But I don't have the right blues. You know what? I think we're going to say that's okay if we don't have the right blue and we're just going to go for it. I'm going to say we're just going to go for it. Oh my goodness, I have so much stuff on my desk. I have not had a chance to clean off my desk. This is fine. I also don't have places to put stuff. Okay. That is also fine. Let's see here. I need this thing open. There we go. Alrighty. So, wait, where's my other thing? I also need this open. How about I make this go down to there? And then we pull up this thing. And then we pull up this thing. And then I pull up this thing. And then I can have that thing. And then I can hopefully see stuff. Ah, that's not what I wanted. Why did it do that? That was rude. Okay, there we go. I'll just leave that there. Sweet. Okay, now I can sort of see stuff. Hopefully. And hopefully I'll be able to see stuff. I don't know if I'll be able to see stuff or not, but we're gonna say it's all good. Oh. Apparently, we have a wing. I'm just gonna take this apart because I don't like this wing. Nor do I want a random wing that I don't remember how I made it. So yeah, we're just gonna make it go away. I'll make it go away. Alrighty. Are my windows open? They are open. I don't know why it's so hot today. It's quite warm. Quite warm today. Alright, so we're making a blue jay. Blue jays are complicated. Just a little complicated. They have like several different shades of blue. I only have a couple of shades of blue, but we're gonna go with it. And yeah, okay, let me see here. Okay, I don't need this. Oh boy, excuse me. I don't need this color, so we're just gonna chuck that out of the way. I do not need, actually, no, we do not need this color. Chuck that out of the way. I'm gonna chuck some of these birds out the way as well. I have a little bit more space. I'm gonna leave a couple of each of the different birds that I have here. But I'm gonna chuck most of these out of the way. I need to clear off like a little shelf somewhere, or set up a little shelf. I'll keep the super wonky one, and the slightly less than wonky one there. Alrighty. Yeah. Just chuck that over there. Keep a couple of them dudes there. All of the apples. Oh my goodness, I think I'm in need of a desk cleaning. Alrighty, so we are making a blue jay. So we're going to start as we typically do with 3 chains. And we're going to go here. So that is a 1, a 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alrighty. and now we're going to go into this one twice. So 2, so that's an increase. Then we have a single. What is bird? I hear a bird. I don't know what bird it is. Alright, so that one was a single, so this one is going to be an increase. And then this one's a single. And then, how many was that? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. I cannot see my stitches. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, I've only done 4. So we need to do an increase here. I'm going to do increase. And then we're going to do a single. And we're going to do that one more time. So this is an increase. So that's 1. And a single. 2, 3. Whoops. Making the stitches a little bit loose. Whoops, let's not grab the tail. 4, and you know what? We are going to... Okay, I need to see the front of this bird. Little birdie, can I see the front of your face? Oh my goodness, why are they all the sides of the face? I need it to be looking right at me. Ah, there we go. That's what I thought. Okay. So, we're going to have some fancy things because blue jays. Blue jays have lots of fancy little designs. So we're going to swap over to the black. And we are going to have a black stitch here. Okay, so that one is a single, so this next one needs to be an increase. And we are in that stitch, so we need to do this one. Okay, and then we're going to swap right back to the blue. And this one we said was going to be an increase. This one is a single. And then this one's going to be an increase, but again, we're going to swap over to the black real quick. So we're going to swap, and this one needs to be an increase, and we're going to swap right back again to the blue. There's going to be a lot of swapping colors for this. It's going to be lots of swapping colors. It's going to be quite a mess. Potentially, we might even have 3 to 4 colors attached at any given point. So we'll see. We shall see. We shall indeed see. All right, so that one, yeah, that one was an increase. That one is a single. This one needed to be an increase. And, oh, you know what? I did need to do. We already messed up. Okay. I need to go like about 2 stitches before we get to the black. 2 stitches before, so 1, 2. And we need to do some whites. Okay. Yeah, we gotta do some whites in there. Okay, so we have our black slip knot and we have the white slip knot. All right, so we're going to do 2 white stitches. Okay, and this was, so that one was an increase, that's a single, so this one needs to be an increase. Okay, which is this is my yarn. So we're going to do that one. We're going to do, oh wait, now we got to swap back to the blue. Oh wait, no, I said we do 2 white stitches. 1 white stitch. And this one is a single, so we do 2 white stitch, and then we swap back to the black. We swap to the black now. Oh my goodness, I'm already getting confuzzled. Alright, we swap to the black. Go to the black, we do 1 black stitch, and this one is going to be an increase stitch, so now we swap to the blue. Okay, swap to the blue. This one is a increase, so we do the same stitch that we did in the black. So this one's a single, and then this one's also going to be an increase, and now we're going to swap to the black again. Swap into black, and we do increase there, and now we swap to the white. Let's see here, I want to try to get this. I need to try to keep these as untangled as possible because it's going to get quite confusing very quickly if we don't keep these at least somewhat managed. Alright, and that was an increase with the black, so this white one will be a single, and this white one will be an increase, and now we're going to swap to the blue. Yes, we're going to swap to the blue. Okay, so this one needed to be an increase. How many stitches around do I have? I should have, let's see here, 6, 9, every other, so that should be +4, so 13. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, 14 is fine. Okay, so we're just going around with these. And we're going to do this one. We're going to do we're going to do 1 more white. So we're swapping back to the white again. Okay. This is why I wanted to do the blue jay, because I knew that this was going to be a little complicated. Just a little complicated. Alrighty, and now we're gonna swap back to the black. Let's see here, where's the black? Okay, and I need to try to keep these somewhat organized. Okay, swap into the black. I say that as they're very much not organized, but you know, we can wish. Alright, and we're gonna do the black all the way across these ones so that it meets up with this other black side. There we go. Alrighty. And then we're swapping back to the white. Okay. And we're going to, I'm going to try to hide some of this in here. So now we do 3 white stitches. 2, 3. And I think I swapped to the black again. Okay, buddy, I need to see the back of your head. Yes. Yes, we swapped to the black again. Okay. Let's see here. Where is the black? Here's the black. And we'll go right there. Alright, so we're gonna do that. Oh, we gotta pull this one a little bit. There we go. Alright, and now we're just going to go, I think we pretty much, ooh, we get to try that out and see how that works. Fancy. Okay. So we're pretty much gonna go, all the way across. Yes, okay, so we're gonna do 1 more here. And we actually are going to finish, so we're doing, usually what we do is we only partially go through the stitch whenever we are changing colors, but the cardinal has a very small, like a very narrow black line that goes through the eye, through the little white spot on the eye. And actually, I want this one to be black. So that's why we are doing where we go through, we grab a little bit of white so that it's still a little bit of a white eye patch there. And then we're going to keep going with the black. Okay. Black. Alrighty. And now we get to do the same thing for this side. So we're going to do one black stitch here. And then where's the white? I need the white. Okay, what is this doing? Okay, white over blue, under black. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to grab some white, and then we're going to swap right back to the black again. Alrighty, and then we're going to grab that. And what did we do over here? Yeah, we did black. Okay, I need this white to be on this side now. So then we have black here. And I think we're just going to do one more black here, and then we're going to swap to, is it blue again, or is it white? Okay, we're going to do a little bit of white here. So, wait, which side? Okay, yes. So this is the back. This is the front. I know it doesn't look like that at the moment, but that is what it is. You know what? I probably made these a little bit too big. Oh well, that's okay. We'll see how this works out. Alright, this is only the first one. Alright, so we are swapping to... Okay, I need white to go over blue. Black... No, white. Black needs to go over white. White goes under black. There we go. Okay, we're swapping to white. Okay. Oh my goodness. What did I get myself into? This is fine. Okay, so I am currently in this stitch, so I need to go into this one. And we're just going to do... You know what? We're actually going to do a decrease stitch here, because I need it to be a decrease stitch. And I think... You know what? I don't want it to be a decrease stitch. I really don't want that to be decrease stitch. Okay, so that was 2. I think I need to do a third one here. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and now... So where am I? Okay, so that's across the back. So I need to do one black stitch. Okay, white over black. There we go. One black stitch. And then we swap back to white again. I think we do white all the way around. Okay, we can do this. I can do this. We got this. Alright, so we're in that stitch, so now I need to go into this stitch. And I'm actually going to do a couple of decreases on this side, because I can. Alrighty, and then where does that... Okay, that black stitch needs to line up with that. Is that lined up? Yes, that is going to be lined up perfectly. Okay, we'll just have white over black, and we're going to swap over to the black, and we're going to do a black stitch right here. Okay, and then we're going to swap to white again. Okay. And I'm actually going to try and hide this black strand inside some of these stitches. Just so that we have a little bit less wonkiness going around here. Just a little bit less wonkiness. Okay, now that I'm at these stitches, I'm actually going to do a decrease here. No, actually, I do not want to decrease there. I actually want to begin some increases. So we're going to do an increase in this stitch. And let's see here. So I actually want this one to be, wait, is this going, this is the back, this is the front. Okay. I need to do this black stitch as a white stitch now. So this black stitch is going to be turned into a white stitch. And we're going to now do a black stitch in this white stitch. Do that. And we're going to do that. And then we're going to swap back to the white again. Let's see here. Okay, white is going to go over black. Here we go. And we're going to do that. Make that go over there. We're going to make that go over there. So we're in that stitch. So now I need to go here. And I think we're going to try doing a couple of increases here as well. We're going to do one increase there. All right, and now I need to swap back to the black again. Okay. Swap to the black. Maybe this will make sense. I know it's a bit wonky and there's a lot of yarn going on. But maybe it will come together in the end. Okay, this one needs to be a white stitch. I think we might start up with the blue again in the back. Let me see here. We're gonna do this last row with the white, and then we will swap to blue going across the back next. Okay, so I did one increase in the back on that side, and we're going to do one increase on this side. There we go. Okay, and again, we're going to go one onto that black there. All right, and now we're going to swap over to the black again. Okay, I need to, the black and the blue are getting a little bit wonky. Okay, and we're going to, so we have to do this white stitch here as black, and then we swap to the white. Okay, white is going to go over blue and black. Just trying to keep these in order. This is what happens when you decide to do something that has like 50 million different color changes in one row. Okay, this is just the head of the bird as well. This is just the head. All right, so that's the black, and now we get to swap to the blue. We get to use a blue again. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely blue. Okay, yarn. All right, we're swapping over to blue. So we're gonna do a blue stitch in this black one, and we're gonna go around. Is that, what is this doing? I don't know what this is doing. Okay, that's fine. It's gonna be a little bit wonky, but that's okay. This is only the first one that we made so far. So yeah, I'm gonna do an increase there. And gonna do we should be able to do an increase somewhere on this side as well. I think it's gonna be good, actually. This is going to be very good. I think I only wanted 2 rows for the eye part. That's okay. I probably made that a little bit tall, but that's alright. It is alright. Everything we need be alright. Okay, and we're gonna do blue here and think we're gonna swap to 1 stitch of white right on top of this black stitch. And then we swap to, oh my goodness, there's a little knot in my yarn. Let's untangle that. There we go. Alrighty, and then we're gonna go to, what did I just do? Oh yes, I just did white on black, and now we need to do black on white. I know what I'm doing. Definitely know what I'm doing. Okay, and we're going to do black on both of these whites. And now we do white on the black. Okay. I really need to get it so that you guys can see a picture of what I'm using as reference. One of these days I'll try to do it. I need to look and see if I could technically use pictures, because, like, if I could legally show pictures, because I don't know. I need to check. Okay, what am I doing? So we've finished the black. Okay, we're doing blue. Blue, blue, blue. Yes, we're doing blue. Blue, blue, blue. Okay, and I don't need to be overly concerned about that. Yeah, that one's fine for now. I'll just ignore it for now. That'll be fine. Okay, and we're gonna do an increase here. Oh, we have an ad that's going to be starting here momentarily, so if anyone needs to grab a snack or grab a drink, it will be a good time to do so. We will take a short break so that all of y'all don't miss stuff, because this one is quite complicated. Oh, it's going to be a little bit less complicated until the wings, actually. Oh my goodness, the wings. I'm looking at the wings and I'm like, I don't know how to do this. Oh my goodness. If anyone looks up a blue jay, just look up a blue jay. That's what we're attempting to make right now. That is the attempt. We shall see. I don't quite have the right colors for it. Like, if I had a little bit more of like a grayish blue, like this one is too bright of a blue. But I have a paler blue, but that one is like too pale. So I don't like that one either. All right, we're actually going to, we're going to do, actually no, I want this one to be a white. Okay, hey bird, can I look at your front again? Okay, yeah, it's just a little loopy thing, so that's fine. Okay, so yes, so we're actually going to be done with the black. You know what? Yeah, okay. We're going to swap over to the white. Oh, we have an ad. I know I said I was going to stop for the ad, and I completely forgot. Let's just do an increase here, and then we're gonna cut off the black, because I don't need the black for this right now. All right, I think we are back from ads. which is wonderful. I completely forgot that we had ads going. Do apologize. Oh wait, I need to tie off this piece of black. All right, let's tie this little guy off. Zoop, zoop, and a zoop. There we go. Okay, and you know what? Since we're here, let's actually get our little guy's eyes on. Let's also hide this tuft that's right here because that is not going to be the little tuft that we have on our bird. We do not want that type of tuft. Okay, let's get the eyeballs on here. You know what? I think I might use bigger eyeballs for this guy because he's gonna be a bit of a bigger bird. Alright, so we got eyeballs. Where's my little stoppers? Here's the stoppers. Two stoppers. Okay, and you know what? I can actually make that go away for right now so that I can... Oh, I didn't want to make that go away. There we go. Now I can see stuff again. Alrighty. Oh, you know what? Rice Cake's not even on his... Rice Cake, can you look at me? Okay, good. Thank you. I appreciate it. He had his face, like, leaned against his leg, and it looked like there was just, like, this giant lump on his face. And I was concerned for a moment, because Beans... It was several months ago, but Beans got an abscess right on his cheek, and it was literally this giant lump on his face, and I was very concerned that Rice Cake was getting the same thing. But it wasn't. It was just him having his face smashed into his leg. Okay, I think I might want this to be forward a little bit. Okay, yeah, we definitely did not put those colors. So the eyes, what I was attempting to do is that the eyes are supposed to go like right here where this line is, where this line like meets. But that would be way too low. And actually they don't even line up. They're on like two completely different rows. So that's not great either. Is this shifting? It is shifting, actually. That's a problem. I'm gonna need to figure out how to fix that shifting. Because this eye should be right there, and that eye should be right there, because this is supposed to be like... I also need to make this not be a V. This is supposed to be more of a curve. So I might need to change how I do that. Interesting. Well, that's okay, because this is only the first one that we have made. So, we will learn. Or, I will learn. This is the very first time that I have made a blue jay. So, we're kind of just experimenting. Okay, I don't know. I don't like doing it that way. I like putting it this way. I don't know why, but I like putting it that way. It just makes sense to me. I have no idea how to actually put on safety eyes. I just know that you have the back, and you stick the back on the front. And I don't know which way the backs go on. So, you know, I just stick it on so that they stay. And hope that it works. Alrighty, well, now that we have his little eyeballs on there. Oh my goodness, they're so wonky. A little bit big, but that's okay. It'll look better once we get his little head tuft thing going. And his beak. But, yes, would be good for now. And we are back to only doing 2 colors, which is wonderful. And I don't need to look at the... I don't need to look at references at the moment, because it's pretty much just a blue back and a white belly. We'll only have to start looking at stuff again once we get to the wings, because the wings are going to be quite complicated. Oh boy, very, very complicated. Okay. That's okay though. We'll figure it out when we get there. We shall indeed figure it out once we get there. Okay, and we're going to... So I'm going to hide this blue yarn inside of these stitches, like how we've been doing for all of the other birds, most of the other birds at least. I like to hide the yarn inside of the stitches. It just helps whenever you're swapping colors, like on opposite sides of a circular project, to keep the yarn tight, so it's not just loose. But it also doesn't just pull the project flat, which is also quite nice. Quite nice. We don't want flat projects that are supposed to be round, nor do we want loose stitches that are supposed to be tight. So, yeah. Okay, and now we are going to swap to... I think we're going to swap to the white. Yes we are. Alright, and we're going to put that over there, put that over there. Because I want to swap to white. There we go, but I do want to make sure that I have enough white to hide it inside of these white stitches, which I should have enough white now. Okay, and we're going to do another increase here. Right. And this last white stitch, and then we swap to the blue. Alrighty. Yeah, I think what we did is we did the head too long. It was too long. I might want to do actual rows for this bird for blue jays, just so that I can make sure that all of the colors are lining up on both sides. Because the way that I'm doing it now, it's technically just a spiral, so the rows aren't going to line up perfectly, just inherently, because it's not technical rows. But if I do it where I do actual rows, even if I still go in the same direction, I could still make it where it's actual rows and everything will line up a little bit better. Kind of like what we did with the hats, where we still had like technical rows and it wasn't just a spiral. But it was still, everything still lined up properly. Might do something like that. I think that would probably help a good bit. Just a little bit. Okay, we did 2 increases there, so now we're going to do... Alright, finished up with the blue, so we're swapping back to the white. I actually want white over blue. We're just going to make the blue go like that. There we go. Okay. Just twisted it around so that they stay untangled, because I don't want yarn to get tangled. It's a pain. It's a mess. Everything will be fine. Alrighty, and I do need to make sure that these stay fairly in line with each other. Alright, we're going to do another increase here. I kind of want to try to have most of these birds have like a round belly. And maybe a little bit of sloping for the back. I think that's what we're gonna try to do that and see how it works. Not quite to the extent of the mourning doves. I mean, we probably could have even made the mourning doves be more slanted than what we did. But that's okay. I think if we do, that is not going to be enough blue to hide that yarn. There we go, that's better. Okay, that was also not the first blue stitch that I needed to go into. That's the first blue stitch that I need to go into. Alrighty. one. Here's that one. Here is that one. And then that one. And then we're going to do a increase here. And we're going to do 2 single stitches. And then we'll do an increase on this side. Increase right there. Yep. And then I'll swap over here. We just keep going down the blue. Honestly, this blue isn't terrible for the blue jay. It's probably just a little bit brighter than what I would have liked. Alright, and we need blue under white. Okay. And so we're swapping to white. Alright. Oops, come on, yarn. Here we go. One of these days I'll have to get a picture of all of the birds that I've made so far and just throw them in the Discord for you guys to see. Oh my goodness. Okay, here you go. Here's all the birds. All the birds. Alright, and I think I did my increase in there. Yes, I did do my increase in there. Alrighty. Would anyone be interested in, like, if I actually made, like, a pattern for these guys? Is that something that people would be interested in? Because I don't even know. I don't even know if people would be interested in. Because, like, if I'm making birds, I could potentially just write out the pattern for it. I definitely need to finalize the pattern a little bit more. But I could potentially. It is a potential. It is possible. It's definitely not impossible. Yay. It's like, I mean, I could do it like where we do like different areas for birds. So like if we do like 20 birds from like Eastern US or something, Eastern North America or whatever it is. And then maybe like we switch over to like somewhere that you guys live and you can send me a bunch of the native birds that you guys have, like some of the common ones or whatever. And then we could do, I don't know, UK birds. Or Australian birds. That could be fun. It'd be kind of fun. We just go all over with the birds. All sorts of birds. Could learn more bird facts. Alright, let's do... You know what, let's actually swap. I'm gonna swap these cameras here. There we go. Now we have a cat on the camera. Okay, let's swap to the white. Actually, I want this to just go around like that, because that would be a lot easier than the other direction. Righty. Are these still lining up? Not particularly. We'll fix that next row. We'll fix it next row. Because they're only off by 1 stitch right now. And so if we do another row or 2, they might be off by 2 stitches, which then it would fix it by 2 stitches because we're doing 1 stitch of blue this direction, so that fixes it by 1 stitch on this side, and then if we fix it by 1 stitch on this side, it's pulling the blue up 1 and the white back 1, which will fix it by 2 stitches. That's how math works. It is how math works. All right, we're gonna do a increase there still. Yes, we did one. Okay, and then next row, we're not gonna do any increases. We're just gonna do single stitches around. We might still do some increases in the back, but we won't do increases in the front. Okay. Alright, and now we're going to swap to the blue. You know what, actually? No, we're gonna start swapping this over to white here. Oops. Yeah, there we go. Okay, actually, I don't want to finish that stitch because now we're going to be swapping to the blue. Okay, swap over to blue. And we go into this stitch right here. I hope that's enough blue to hide it. I think it should be. I think we'll be okay. I mean, maybe we do it where it's just like we just make a whole bunch of birds, and then at some point we're just like, all right, let's pick 10 of these and turn 10 of these into actual patterns to put into a little book, and then we make a book for those said patterns or something. All right, where did I do? I did one increase, so we need a second increase. There we go. Okay. There's that one. There's that one. There's that. And this. And we're going to do this one as a blue. And this one as a blue. And then we're going to swap to the white. Okay. There we go. And then now this row, we're not going to do any increases. We're just going to go all the way across. What is going on outside? Oh, fire truck. It was a fire truck. I do hope everybody is okay. Alright. Yes, no increases. No increases. I think I also hear an ambulance. Oh my goodness. I hope everybody's okay. It sounds like it's pretty far away, so I think it's just passing through. Oh yeah, the sirens are coming our way. Alrighty. Probably gonna get some more sirens passing through here shortly. Alright, we're gonna go here. I live like 10 minutes from a hospital, so I do frequently get some sirens that pass through because, you know, if they gotta go to one side of town, they do gotta pass past my house a little bit. Okay, what is this yarn a doing? It's a... Okay, I want it to put this. I want that. I want that. I want this to go there. I want this to go there. There we go. Now we're good. Alrighty. Just have to detangle the yarn a little bit. Just a little bit. Alrighty. And we're going to... So we didn't do... Okay, so now we're going to do... We're not going to do any decreases for the... Or any increases for the blue this row. And then we're going to start doing some decreases for the white, but we're not going to do anything for the blue. We're just going to let the blue chill. And we will let the white do its thing. Oops, come on, yarn. Yarn, yarn, yarn. So much yarn. Yarn, yarn, yarn. Pull out the yarn. one, there's that one, and then that one. There we go. Alright, and now we swap to the white again. And we're going to make sure that we do one of our decreases. And the decreases, I try to keep the decreases like as close to like the middle of it as possible. Yee. That's where I want the decreases to be. Alright, so decrease, not this stitch, not this stitch, but this stitch, and this stitch. There we go. Alright, and now we do some singles again. Okay. And we do some singles and a single. And we're going to make this blue one a white one because that blue on that side is creeping over a little bit. Okay. And now we're going to swap back to the blue. And I'm going to go across. Alrighty. I'm actually getting a little bit concerned because that is a lot of sirens that I keep hearing. Oh my goodness. Just say a prayer for everybody. It'll be okay. So I think we had 2 fire trucks pass by. This might be a third one that's passing by. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was the 3rd fire truck that just passed by. Oh dear. Dear, oh dear. Alrighty. Okay. And we're gonna do another decrease on the white once we get there. Okay, so now we're doing the white again. Swap to the white. And I think I want to try to do the decrease on this side a little bit. Trying to favor this side just a little bit to try to pull the blue forward a little bit there. Just a little bit. Alrighty. There's that one, there's that one, whoops. Okay, and there's that one. And that one. Alright, and we are going to start doing, let's see, yeah, we're going to start doing the base making for our little burb. Alrighty, it's going to get a little bit complicated here, but that's okay. I knew what I was getting into when I decided to do a blue jay. Okay, we're just going to go, horn! I'm going to hurt myself one of these days. It will be fine. So we're gonna start doing some of these decreases. You know what? No. I actually don't want to do that. We're not gonna do the decreases quite yet. I actually kind of want to do something that we did with the mourning doves and almost give them a little bit of a tail before we actually do the tail. So we're going to go all the way down to the edge here. And we're going to do 4 decreases. So that's 1 decrease, 2 decrease, 3 decrease, and 4 decrease. Okay. Alright, and now we're going to swap to the white. I need the white to go over the blue. Oh, I did not finish hiding that blue. That's okay. It's hidden well enough, and it should stay tight enough as well. So that's okay. That is indeed okay. Alright, and now we're going to start doing our decreases here. Actually, wait. Yeah, I need to start doing decreases, otherwise this bird is going to get excessively long or excessively tall. We don't need a excessively tall blue jay. Blue jays are big enough bullies. They don't need to have the height to go with it. Blue jays are like known to be quite mean to other birds. It's like everyone who has a bird feeder knows that the blue jays are just bullies. It's quite funny. Quite funny. Alright, we're just gonna do a single right there. And then, okay, yeah, that one was a decrease. So we're gonna go into this one. And then we're gonna do, oh, we have an ad that's gonna be starting momentarily. Yay. Alrighty, and that's a decrease. Was that one? That was a single, so that one was a decrease. So I need to do one more decrease here. Let's go into this one. There we go. And then we'll go like that. And then we will go here. There we go. And then we're just going to hide that there. And we're going to do single right there. All right. And then we'll go here. And we need to do a decrease starting into the blue. You know what? Actually, wait, do I want... Alrighty. Oh, there goes the ad. Okay. I should probably wait until the ads finish and then... Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We're just going around. We're not missing too terribly much. It'll be okay. It'll indeed be okay. Alright, so we're going to do a decrease there. We're going to do a decrease here. I also have a ton of stuff that I still got to do today as well, so this is probably going to be the only bird that we make today. It's also going to take me a while to make this, so, you know, it'll be fine. It will indeed be fine. Probably going to take an hour or so on the wings anyways. What's that? I need to make sure I keep these stitches pretty tight here. Otherwise, it's going to be there's going to be many holes across the bottom of this bird, and that would not be great. We don't want lots of holes along the bottom. Although no one's going to see it, we still don't want to have too many holes. And I mean, this is only the first one, so it's not terrible if there's a whole bunch of holes, but I would prefer if we tried to practice to not have holes. Oh, wonderful. We're back from ads. Yay. Alrighty. So that one was a single, so this one needs to be a decrease. I also need to do a whole bunch of decreases across this backside anyways. So to decrease, and we're gonna do a decrease here. Go here. Come on, stitches. There we go. And then we'll do another decrease here. Alrighty. That, and then, oh my goodness. Oh, these stitches are so tight. Okay, I mean, on one hand, that's a good thing, I suppose, because it means there's not going to be holes. But on the other hand, very difficult to get into these stitches. Okay, where's this other stitch? Here's this stitch. There is that one. There we go. Okay, and we're going to do that. And then we're going to swap over to the white. Oh, why is the white over there? Interesting. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to go there. And then we should actually be good to just go into the stitches normally now. I just need to make sure that I keep these. Oh, good. Oh my goodness. There's so many sirens. That's concerning. All right, we're going to stuff our little bird. We're going to stuff the bird. What's up, Risky? What you doing? Did you have a good cat nap? Yeah, you had a good cat nap? Was it a good cat nap? Yeah? You were snoozing over there. I did, I saw you. Uh-huh, you were snoozing. You had me concerned at one point, buddy. Everybody has me concerned at some point. Oh my goodness. My gecko and one of the fish and the gecko today nearly gave me a heart attack because they were napping. It did not look like they were napping, and I became very concerned. But they were in fact just napping, and I was like, okay, we're okay. He's fine. And then Rice Cake does his thing where he makes me think that he's got some abscess on his cheek. And then, yeah, stuff. I know, everybody's fine. Everybody's just making me panic. It's okay. Everything is fine. For now. Until it's not fine. And then we're going to be panicking again. And then they're right, Rice Cake. Yeah, that's how it goes. Oh my goodness. That was a 4th fire truck. 4 fire trucks. Rice Cake, something's going on. Something is going on somewhere. It has me very concerned. It has me quite concerned. I'll have to check and see what's going on once we finish stream today. Alrighty. We might only get... Why is it so wonky? It's so wonky. Oh my goodness. Why is it so wonky? I think we need to work on the head shape at some point. I think at some point we need to work on our head shapes. Maybe we'll pick a bird that's one color to do head shapes. Oh dear, dear, oh dear. Rice Cake! It's turned wonky. First we had a wonky mourning dove. Now we have a wonky blue jay. Oh my goodness. I mean, we have wonky guys of all of them, honestly. So I guess it's okay that the first one is wonky. It's okay if the first one's wonky. It's okay if the second one is wonky. If the third or fourth are wonky, we have a problem. That's unacceptable. Not really. It's perfectly fine because every single time we change like one thing, because it's like, I wonder what this would do. And then we try it out and we see how it works. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And that is okay to do. It is indeed. Okay, why is that stitch so loose? I do not want that stitch to be so loose. That is how we end up with holes. I don't want holes. Alright, there we go. And then we'll go here. Okay, and we're actually going to do one more stitch into the blue here, and then we're going to swap over to the blue. Alright, and then we're going to finish off that one with blue. And we're pretty much just doing decreases all around now, which should keep the bottom of this bird pretty flat. And I'm just kind of like weaving in and around this thread of yarn here, just to try to hide it in between those stitches. If you only did it above, like it stuff. Yeah, blue jay time. We're attempting it. It looks a little bit wonky. I keep telling myself it just looks wonky because it doesn't have the beak or the tuft or the wings. But yeah, we're attempting a blue jay. I decided I was gonna challenge myself with like 50 million color changes. Just on the head. It's just on the head. And then the wings. Oh my goodness, the wings are gonna be a pain. Oh dear. I don't think I have enough blues for the wings, but we're gonna attempt it. We're gonna attempt it. How is your day going? Once he gets all his pieces, he'll look awesome. I hope so. I hope so. I feel like this is the typical process though. It's like, okay, here's the plan. Let's see how it goes. And then during the process, it's like it's in its ugly phase, right? That's what they call it, the ugly phase. It's just in the ugly phase. Well, it'll be fine. Pretty good, just crocheting and relaxing after work. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Oh my goodness. Yes. Crochet is like a really nice thing to do just to chill. It's quite nice. Trust the process. Trust the process. What if there is no process? It's just, let's see what happens. Because there are no patterns for this. I mean, maybe there probably is a pattern for a blue jay. I just don't have that pattern. And yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. On Saturday, we're going to a park an hour or so away. They're having a birding workshop. Ooh! That'll be fun. That'll be lots of fun. Do they have like a professional birder? Like an ornithologist who's gonna be leading the group and showing off all the birds? Oh my goodness, that's gonna be so much fun. I hope they have someone that at least knows their native birds, even if they don't necessarily study birds. They probably at least know the native birds that are there. Alright, oh my gosh, that sounds like a lot of fun though. Alrighty. Is a bird. Oh, bird. A little wonky bird. Yeah, we definitely need to figure out some of these top stitches here. Probably only need one stitch in between these two black spots. Not sure, maybe just the rangers. Oh, okay. Oh, the Merlin app. Yeah. The Merlin app and then eBird. I know that there's some birders that say that the Merlin app, they don't like the Merlin app because it's not always accurate. But the eBird app, you can, it's like citizen science stuff. And like you can put in how many of each type of bird that you see, and then it can go to like research studies or whatever so that they can see like all of the different things. It's very cool stuff. But you have Merlin and eBird. And if you want bugs and grubs and all other critters, you can do iNaturalist. They do like plants or insects. They can also do birds. But eBird and Merlin are the ones that are specifically known for birds. And then iNaturalist is pretty much anything and everything else. iNaturalist is really nice. Ah, bird! Don't fall! You can stand up, right? Sort of. Sort of. It's just a little bowling pin. Just a little bowling pin. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I haven't used iNaturalist in forever. Actually, no, I just did it recently. I was doing gardening, and I was trying to figure out which plants were toxic to the chickens. I was like trying to figure out, okay, which of these weeds can stay and the chickens will take care of them, and which of these weeds do I need to remove so that they don't remove the chickens? I was looking up a bunch of stuff and trying to figure out what stuff was. Oh my goodness, there are so many plants. So many things. Alright, let me pull up my picture of a blue jay again. Alrighty, so... Oh boy. Okay, the blue jays have blue spots and white spots and black spots and dark blue spots. Okay, I think what we're gonna do... I think what I'm going to do... I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh my goodness, these wings are so complicated. Oh, blue jays are such pretty birds. But my goodness, are they complicated to crochet. Okay, okay, so we're gonna kind of try to do like a checker pattern with the light blue and the dark blue, and then we'll add in some spots of white. All right, I think that is the plan. I think that will be the plan. Alrighty. All right. We're gonna, let's see here. You can see the row that I forgot to do increase stitches on. It just has this little lump here, and then it dips in, and then it sticks back out again. Oh my goodness, you can just see, as I did an increase stitches here, and then I forgot to do increase stitches here. It's just a lumpy bird. It's okay. It's fine. Alright, let's see here. So, we go right under the eye. So, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go here. And then we'll go here. Yeah. Alright, and we're gonna do, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, do they have white on the edges of the wings? Blue jay, I need to see your wings. Okay, so, oh, on the secondary wings, they have white edges, but on the primary wings, it's darker blue. Okay, okay. I know what to do. So we have what? Was this 7 or 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so that was 8 stitches. So now we're going to swap to a darker blue. Oh, is this the right end? I don't know if this is the right end. Let's find out. Oh, it is the right end. I just had my skein of yarn backwards. Alrighty. We're gonna go here. What's up, Erisa Cake? Erisa Cake, Erisa Cake. What you doing, sweet man? Oh, the sweet man. What you do? Do you have a good cat nap? Do you have a good cat nap? You have a good cat nap. Alrighty. Okay, so that was 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Hi, Bubbles. What you up to? Are you taking over? Yeah, you're gonna take over. Alright. What are you taking over with? Oh my goodness, you're gonna take over my hands? I cannot see a thing, buddy. Oh, careful. Don't poke yourself. That's hazardous. Rice cake takeover. Oh dear. What are you doing? Hi. Oh, now you're in my face. Hi, buddy. What's up? What you do? Do you have a good cat nap? What are you knocking off the table? You're about to knock stuff off the table. Yes, you are. You're about to knock stuff off the table. Alright, so we're gonna do... Alright, so... we're gonna swap back to the light blue. Yes, or the lighter blue, I should say. So we're gonna swap back to this one. Come on, yarn. Alright, so we're gonna do that. And then we're going to finish that stitch there. And then we're going to do this one right there. Oh, Crim, I need to be hiding the dark. Oh my goodness, I have a hummingbird who is caught up in yarn. Yeah, hummingbird! Little hummingbird. He got stuck in the yarn. Alright. Alright, so we need to hide the dark yarn in the light yarn. Okay, and we're gonna do, I think we're gonna do 2 stitches each of these. Alright, and now we're going to swap back to dark. And then we're gonna hide. Oh my goodness, is this a 5th fire truck? I see him. I don't know where he went. There's been like a whole bunch of fire trucks driving by. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! It's a teal giraffe! And a, oh my god, Mrs. Gothy? Mrs. Gothy, hello and welcome in, Raiders! I am just getting distracted by all the fire trucks that have been passing by my house. I am concerned for people. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on outside. Hello! How are you guys? What were you working on? And yeah, I am, yeah. Rice Cake, you can come introduce yourself? You're gonna be shy now? Rice Cake was also just visiting us. He was my cat. We're attempting to make, a blue jay. He's a bit wonky right now. We're working on the wings. Working on my work in progress of a hoodie with a violin on it. Ooh, that's cool. Oh my goodness, and we also have, oh boy, all these names. Azurkoi? 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 I need, what's it called? What's it called whenever it's like you, phonetically? I need all of the phonetically spelled out names. Koi, okay. Alright, well, welcome in. Yeah, we're attempting. Oh my goodness. I did know. I knew exactly what I was getting into when I decided to attempt a blue jay. But my goodness, is it complicated. They have so many color changes. And yeah. He's just so wonky. Oh my goodness. Teal giraffe. Yes, that's exactly what I need. Even for the basic ones. Oh my goodness. Well, if anyone needs to pop out and go do self-care, you are more than welcome to do so. But yeah, appreciate all of you guys for stopping by. We're just winging it over here, quite literally. I don't really follow patterns. I've never bothered to learn how to do patterns. What is... I have twisted the wing. All right, there we go. Now I have twisted the yarn. Ah! Most people will say that you control the yarn. I am convinced the yarn has a mind of its own. And it will try to dictate what it wants you to do with it. Persephone caught herself in the fishy game just now. Oh! Oh, fun! Oh, that's awesome. That's very exciting. Oh my goodness. Did they pick what they're gonna get yet? Or are you just letting them know? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's fun. How often does that happen? So I would imagine it's not quite, it's quite difficult. Quite difficult. Oh my goodness. It's not quite as difficult to catch yourself in real life when you're fishing. It's quite easy to do so, especially when you are just learning. But I would imagine in your fishy game, it's a little bit trickier to do. Oh my goodness. Alright, what am I doing? We are doing one, so that's 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 3 stitch, blue stitch. Wait, 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 1 fish, 2 fish, green fish, blue fish, something like that. So it's like 1 stitch, 2 stitch, blue stitch, dark blue stitch. Except we're doing increase stitch, and then Oh, I like that thought. We're going to swap over to... We get to add a 3rd color to the wing! Oh my goodness, where's the white? I mean, I guess technically white's not a color, but in this case, we're going to pretend it is a color. For a couple of fishers, they have a few critters coming to them, even though it takes 4 winds to get critters. Oh, okay, gotcha. Prolific fishers. I know, there's like everybody's fishing over there. It's kind of crazy. They're out there like 6 a.m. on the dot. Oh my goodness. Oh. Just in like fisherman's terms. It's like there are some like actual fishers that are like out there like 6 a.m. like as soon as the they some of them will claim to know when the fish wake up. That's what my grandfather was like. He was like, the fish don't wake up until 8 a.m. I'm half convinced that that was just because he didn't want to wake up until 8 a.m. And so he didn't want to take any of us kids out on the lake until after yeah. I'm pretty sure that he was just telling us that they don't wake up until 8 a.m. so that he didn't have to wake up until 8 a.m. Alright, so I'm gonna do a traveling up. How did I do my traveling ups? Yes, okay, so we're swapping back to... Oh wait, yeah, no, I do want the blue. So we're gonna do blue here. And then to travel up, we're gonna swap this over to this side. And then I think... yes, actually we're going to take the hook off of there. And then we're gonna take the white and make it go in between, right like that. That way, the white, when we come back to it, will be right at the edge of that stitch so that it will stay hidden. All right, and now we're going to swap to dark blue again. Oh no, my dark blue. I did not travel up my dark blue. That is sad. Okay, well, we're just going to swap light blue to the back, or to the front, I guess, and then we're going to do the dark blue. Stupid o'clock in the morning. Exactly. Exactly. Oh my goodness. It is quite fun. Fishing is fun, though. Alright, and I need to do... What do we do? So that's a slip stitch, that's a slip stitch. Okay, so this one needs to be a slip stitch. This one needs to be a slip stitch. And then we spin this around. Skip that first slip stitch, do another slip stitch there, do another slip stitch here, and then we are on the dark blue again. So we're going to do a couple of dark blues there. Oh no, I have not been hiding. Ah! I'm doing a terrible job at this. I did not hide my light blue yarn. Which means that if I try to swap to it, I'm just going to have a giant strand of yarn going all over the place. So we're going to fix that by just going backwards a couple of stitches. And we're going to just hide it by going like this, doing our other slip stitch, and then we're going to go here, and it's just going to be hidden inside of these darker blue stitches, and no one will know. No one will know. Alright, and then I need to swap to the white again. So where is my white yarn? Okay, we're just going to have both of these go there. Swap over to the white. It's a lot of swapping colors. Lots of swapping colors. Alright, and then we're going to have both of these hide inside of there. And we're going to do 2 of those, and then we're going to swap to the light blue. Let's swap to the light blue, and actually, I think we're actually done with the dark blue. So we're just going to, I'm just going to leave the dark blue here. At least I think we're done with the dark blue. You know what? Actually, are we done with the dark blue, or are we not done with the dark blue? You know what? I don't think we are done with the dark blue. And I think I don't want the dark blue to go across the white. I do not. So we're just going to try to detangle our yarn. And yeah, we're just going to have the light blue be hidden inside of the white so that the light blue will be popping up on the other side. Actually, I don't want to finish that stitch in white. I want to finish that stitch in blue. Finish it in blue. And now we need to travel up this yarn. Yeah, actually, I don't even need to have it go in between. We can just have it travel up through there. There we go. Oh, when we have an ad break. That's okay. We're gonna do a couple of slip stitches here. Slip stitch and slip stitch. And another slip stitch. Ah, there we go. Slip stitch. Alright, and then we're going to attach this. Whoops, I don't want to grab that black yarn. Let's only grab the white yarn. We're going to do slip stitch there to attach it, and we're going to spin. And now we're going to do a couple more slips just to go back down. Alrighty. And yeah, alright, now we're going to swap back to the white. We're swapping back to the white. There we go. And then, oh wait, I need to hide the blue inside of the white. hide that in there. And then, actually, I need to swap to the light blue now. So we're going to leave the white over here because I think we're actually done with the white. We're going to do a slip stitch there and a slip stitch there, and we're going to spin. And then we're going to do another slip stitch and a slip stitch. And then we're going to do a single stitch and single stitch. And that might be... Okay, we're just going to do a couple more slips all to get it back to the base of the wing. And then that should be good. We're going to go... What is happening here? I don't know what is happening. All right, there we go. That's what I think I want. I want slip stitch. I want a... Where are my stitches? I have lost all the stitches. I cannot see my stitches. Okay, and then we're just going to go right here again. I do not want that black yarn that's poking through. I need to do a better job at hiding that black yarn, actually. We're going to hide that there. Go 1 and 2. All right, and now... Oh boy, we're going to have to remember how to do this, but backwards. Can I recall how to do this, but backwards? I don't know. Alright, and there's our little wing. Well, it definitely looks sort of fancy. It looks a little complicated, which is exactly what it is. Okay, we're going to trim up our yarn here a little bit. Alright, let's shove that out of the way and figure out what shenanigans are happening. Okay, so I need to tie off this blue and this white. So let's start with the white. We're just gonna go right here and we're going to do 1 chain, 2 chains. There we go. And now that is a knot. Now let's do the same for this dark blue. Let's attach it right here into this dark blue stitch. Okay, we're gonna do 1 and 2. There we go, and that should make a knot. Perfect. All right, now we're gonna swap to the needle. And now we just need to hide all of these ends inside of yarn somehow. Somehow. Some way, somehow. Don't know how, but we'll make them disappear. Maybe. Maybe. All right, we're gonna go yarn. Ah, maybe. There we go. Cool. And now we fight with my excessively, oh my goodness, I cannot speak today. Excessively tight stitches. Let's go back through these ones. I think I want to go through that one as well, maybe. Oh dear, yarn. Work with me. There we go. Alrighty. Just gonna shove that in there. Thread the needle. Pull it through. Push it through. Come on, yarn. There we go. Alrighty. And I think that might be okay if I just trim that. Alright. One end has been hidden. Like 20 more to go. the one thing with having several different colors is that you're going to have several ends to weave in. Whereas if this had all been one color, it would only have like 2 ends to weave in, which would be the starting point and the ending point. And yeah, but since we decided to go complicated, but I mean, technically, I could have gone more complicated, but we didn't. So, you know, it's fine. What is that? It's a little fuzzy thing. Okay, let's go down this stitch and into those ones. There we go. Just put that in there and hide that. Oh dear. Oh no. Ah. There's some beans! Oh my goodness. He's such a pretty kitty. Alright, that should be good now. Yeah. Alright, that should be good. So 2 ends down. Alright, and now let's do this dark blue one. Let's have it go inside of there. Down the middle, down the top of that stitch. Into there. Yarn? Yarn? Oh my goodness. And then down that one, and also, come on, I want you to go into that stitch there. There we go. All right. It's like the other thing with trying to hide colors is that you have to be aware of what color you're trying to hide it inside of. So like I could not try to hide black yarn inside of like white yarn. It would not function. So you have to be very aware of what colors you're hiding inside of what colors. Like you can hide gray and yellow depending on like what type of gray and yellow it is, or like tan and gray. Like those can hide pretty well together. So like when I was making the chickadee, it's not too difficult to hide the gray with the tan. Or even gray into white, it's not too terrible. But like trying to do the white with the black is a little bit trickier. But yeah. So since we have lots of blues, I mean the light blue and the dark blue, they can hide each other. And I mean the thing that's going for us is that their wings are speckled. It's very much like a speckled, there's like dark intermixed with the lighter colors. So if one of them is poking through, it's perfectly fine and normal for that to do that. So yeah. Oh my goodness, there are more sirens coming through. I wonder if it's going to be going the opposite direction. I just heard more sirens off in the distance and I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm definitely going to need to find out what happened. Not because I'm nosy, but because I'm concerned. Okay, let's do this. We don't even have crazy weather, so it's nothing weather related. Not like last year. Oh my goodness, last year? Nope, it's another fire truck going in the same direction. I know, Rice Cake, that's like 6 fire trucks now. It's 6. That's a lot of fire trucks. Like, this isn't just like someone's smoke alarm went off. This is like the ones that are there are having problems. This is concerning. This is very concerning. Let's see here. We're gonna go back down this one. And we're gonna go down that one. We're gonna go down that one. Whoops. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go down there. And then we're gonna change directions from there. Okay, we might have to save the tail for a different day. But I think I definitely want to at least get one more wing done. I might just save these last couple. Oh no, those ends will be easy to weave in. We'll get those ends woven in. We might not weave in the ends for the next wing. Just because I do have a ton of stuff that I still need to do tonight, and it's already almost 8:30. Oh dear, oh dear. Which, by the way, I will not be here this weekend. We'll not have streams this weekend, so not on Saturday or Sunday. So I won't be back until Tuesday. Yay. Have family stuffs going on. Good family stuffs. Lots of good family stuffs. So, it will be nice. Alright, let's get these two in there, and we can just yoink that down into the bird. And we can do the same for this side. Just pop right up there, grab it, and pull it in. Just like that. And we're not going to grab the stuffing and pull it out. And there's our little wing! Oh my goodness, that actually is a really nice wing. I actually really like that wing. What did we do differently this time? Did I only do one increase somewhere? I think I only did one increase somewhere here. I actually really like this wing shape. That's a really nice wing shape. Okay. Alright, well, now we need to... This is when I need to remember what I did. Oh dear, it's fine. It'll be fine. I think I can do this. I believe in self. I did it once, right? So I can do it again, right? That's how that works. Okay, this is not the right end. This is the right end. Ah! I'm gonna make the bird fall. Let's not make the bird fall. Oh, you know what? Let's do the beak real quick. Let's do the beak so it doesn't look as wonky. And then we could figure out from there what we're doing. Alrighty. And so the beak is gonna get you right to here. Let's move those out of the way. Oh my goodness, my desk is so messy. There's so much yarn. So much yarn, so many birds, all sorts of tools and little items, trinkets, random garbage. Not really garbage, but you know. Random stuffs. Okay. I'll go there. And then, so these guys have a little bit longer of beaks, not too terribly long, not quite as long as like the hummingbirds would. But they're a little bit longer than like the chickadees, but probably comparable to like the mourning doves. Oh my goodness. I have like a little bit of like dried skin and it's keeps catching the yarn. Yeah. Okay. I got rid of it. Alright, come on, bird. Open your beak. I need to put the stitch in there, thank you. Right, one more. Should be good. And two. Alrighty, there's that. Did I do 2 chains on that one? I feel like I did not do 2 chains on that one. That does not feel like the right type of knot. I did not do 2 chains on that. That's why it felt different. Okay. 1 chain, 2 chains. There we go. Much better. That is the knot that I wanted. Okay, and we're going to go from behind the eye, pop out inside of the beak, pull this strand in. There we go. And then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to go right up the center of the beak to the middle, and then pull this strand inside. There we go, just like that. And now we have a beak. The bird has a beak, and it looks so much better. So much better. Oh my goodness. The beak makes the face look 50 million times better. I know it's black, so you guys can barely see it. Maybe you guys can see it now. The white and the black makes it very difficult to see. I should get like a dark fabric or something that like I could just cover up the white with so that you guys can see a little bit better. All right, so we're done with the black now. Now we can finish the other wing. All right, let's attempt this. I have a feeling we're not going to end up with 2 symmetrical wings, but that's okay. Who said birds have to be symmetrical? So we're going to go right below the eye. We're going to make sure this lines up. I think I want to aim for that stitch. So 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go right here. And I believe I did 8 stitches with the light blue. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we swap to the dark blue. And then we did, I think we went to 13. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we do slip stitch and slip stitch. And then we swapped back to the light blue. And we did a regular stitch and regular stitch, or single stitch and single stitch. Actually, we do not need to finish that one. Then we're going to swap back to the dark blue, and we're going to do single stitch, and then we're going to swap back to the light blue. Oh my goodness, this bird is flailing all over the place. Oh dear, dear, oh dear. Okay, and let's see here. So, yeah, okay. And we need to make this dark blue travel up. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to make that one travel up by, yeah, we're going to do that. And then, okay, yeah, we do this. Do that, and then that should make that travel up if I swap that back over to that side. Okay, and we go here. Yes, that will perfectly make that travel up. Okay. And then, did I do white on this row? No. No, white starts on the next row. Okay. Good to know. Very, very good to know. All right, so we're in that stitch. So we're going to go to this stitch if I can. That stitch is quite tight. Come on. Yeah. There we go. All right, we're going to do that one. And then we do this one. And then we have, oh, that slid. Okay. This one. And, oh, well, maybe that's why it's all twisted. That's why it is so tight. Okay, and then we're going to attach this one stitch closer to the front. And we're just going to do a slip stitch and then spin it around. Oh my goodness, this bird is all sorts of tangled up. Spin it around. And we're going to get those little tails down there, and we're going to skip that slip stitch. And we're going to do 1 and 2 and 3. Now, did I do the increase in that third stitch? 1, 2, 3. Yes, I did. Okay, so we do an increase in this third stitch. We do a single here. And we're going to swap to... What are those cats doing? The cats downstairs are making all sorts of things fall all over the place. That is fine. I know, Rice Cake. They're causing chaos. Chaos causers. Oh no. I was supposed to do white. I was supposed to do white right here. Let's see here. So that's a dark blue, that's a dark blue. So this one, yeah, dark blue, dark blue. So we need to do a white as the increase. And I almost forgot the white. And I even said that I needed to do the white on the next row. That's fine. At least we remembered before we got to like the end of the row. Oh dear, dear, oh dear. Okay, and we need to travel this light blue across. So we need to do a increase, and then we do a single white, and then we swap to dark blue. And we're just gonna leave the white there. We're just gonna leave the white here. Because it just needs to stay there because we'll come back to it. All right, and then we do a couple of dark blue stitches. All right, and then we're going to swap to light blue. I want the dark blue to come to this side. Swap to light blue. We're going to do light blue and light blue. And then we swap to a darker blue. Darker blue. And we're going to make this one travel up by just doing that. And we're going to do slip stitch. Oh, come on, dark yarn. Here we go. And slip stitch. And spin. Okay, and then we skip that first slip stitch. We do a slip stitch here, except I need to hide that light blue. So we're going to do slip stitch there. And slip stitch, actually, yeah, slip stitch there. And then regular stitch here. And we're going to swap to the light blue. So we're going to hide the dark blue again. We're going to swap to the light blue. We're going to make sure that that stitch stays nice and tight. Swap to light and light. And now we swap to white. Is the white? There's the white. All right, and we need to hide the light blue inside of these white stitches. There we go. And now we swap to the blue. The light blue specifically. And we're going to do one blue, and then we're going to do a slip stitch and a slip stitch. Actually, I think I needed to do that first blue one as a slip stitch as well. I think this one needs to be a slip stitch. Slip stitch, slip, and slip. And then we do a slip stitch here to attach. And then we spin it around. Oh my goodness, there's so much yarn and it's all sorts of tangled up. This is fine. This is all sorts of fine. Okay, and we're going to do a slip stitch here, and a slip stitch here, and a slip stitch here. Come on, yarn. Wait, is this a slip stitch? Yes, this one needs to be a slip stitch as well. Actually, no, that's not a slip stitch because now we swap to the white. Did I have the white go all the way across? No, we did a slip stitch across the very edge. Okay. So we do the white, we swap to the white, and we need to hide the light blue inside of the white. Okay, and then did I swap to dark? Yes, I did. We swapped to dark right after the white. We're going to swap to dark, and we're going to do, I believe these should be, are these supposed to be slip stitches, or are those? I think those are just normal stitches. That is not dark blue. This is a dark blue. That's a dark blue, and this is a dark blue. We're going to do a slip stitch right there, though, and then flip it around. We're going to do, and I think we swap to the, we swap to this, and then we just do light blue, going back down. Okay, yes, we're just going to do slip stitches going back down now. Whoops. Slip stitch. Let's see here. I think this is what I want to do. Yarn, work with me. Slip stitch. And slip stitch. I am almost certain that I have done something very different from what I did on the other side. Oh my goodness. Hey, the wings are going the right direction. So, we're doing better than that one time. Doing better than that one time. But not as great as I would like to do. But you know, it's okay. It is indeed okay. Okay, so that one's tied off. So now we just need to end the white and the dark blue. Okay, and we're just going to tie these off, and then we'll probably end it there for today. We're gonna try to find someone to raid here in a bit. If anyone has a suggestion on where you guys would like to go, let me know. Let's see here. What are they doing? I don't know what those cats are doing. I have beans and pumps. I have 4 cats. And 2 of them are causing all sorts of shenanigans because I can hear objects falling downstairs. I can hear objects falling on the floor. I think it is non-hazardous objects because I try very hard to keep non-hazardous objects around so that they don't cause hazardous objects to fall around because that would be hazardous. So I'd rather have non-hazardous objects for them to throw around because they are chaos gremlins. I'm pretty sure they live for chaos, and yeah. Oh my goodness, my voice is trying to go to bed. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we got all of those knotted up. Alrighty, let's see here. This is a little wonky bird. Actually, that wing is not terrible. And honestly, it doesn't look too far off from the first wing. It really doesn't look too far off from the first wing. I think the only thing I did different was that these ones weren't supposed to be single stitches, they're supposed to be slip stitches. I think that might be the only thing that I did differently. Alright, well I think that is pretty good. Let's see here. We're going to... Yeah, I think we're going to end it here. Once again, I won't be here over the weekend. I've got family stuff that I gotta do. But I will be here on next Tuesday. So about a week. And we'll probably keep working on the blue jay. We'll get his tail set up. And then we might do a second blue jay. Although we still have to do his little head tuft as well. We'll have to do the head tuft and the tail. Probably weave in the ends because I'm probably not going to have time to weave in the ends. It'll be fine. It will indeed be all good. Alright, let's see here. Let's see who we can go to. Let's see who is online. Oh, we've got I think we just did them pretty recently. Let's see who else is here. Do you guys like Pokemon? Cause someone is making some Pokemon stuff. I think we might head there. I think we might head there again. Even though we were just there not too long ago. I think that's the plan. I think that is the plan. For all of you Pokemon people, I think you will appreciate this. Alright, we are going to head over to Cinnamon. Where is it? Oh my goodness. Wait, how do I spell? There we go. There it is. Alrighty. Cool. Alright, yep, we're gonna head over there. We're gonna head over to Cinnamon Flavored Fool. She is making Pokemon. I believe she either just did or was prepping for a craft fair market thing. So she might have lots of very cool things to show off as well. So yeah, go over there and say hi. And yeah, I'll see you guys again sometime. Goodbye, everyone.